Smart has added something new to Lumio. They have added Immersive Reader. What we're going to do today is we're going to go in, look at how Immersive Reader can be used, and learn how to use it. To get started, the first thing we need to do is get to Lumio. Since we are a Google school system, we do most of our stuff through Google Drive. So let's go ahead and right click, go to More, go to Lumio by Smart. You can also do this by going to New. I just always right click. It's my shortcut personally. Okay, and we'll let it come up. When it comes up on yours, it should come up with a message about Immersive Reader being added. And to activate it, flipping one of the switches on, just go ahead and flip that switch on if you haven't already. If it doesn't appear, simply come to Edit Class, go to Manage Immersive Reader, flip the switch on. You can also turn the switch off if you ever need to. I don't see once you have it in there why you would need to. So click on that and done, and you're ready to go. Now, how does Immersive Reader work? Immersive Reader will go in and recognize text that's put into any page in Lumio that you are working on. It will read it back to the students. The best way to see how it works is to go through the example here. Okay, getting started, we're going to go in, we're going to start a lesson. We are seeing what you would, also what students would. All we need to do is go ahead and move to the next page. This is just a quick lesson I put together to demonstrate. It's on main idea, so let's get started. Okay, first off, I have a video in there from Brain Pop. This video is on main idea. It's about 4 minutes long. It's a good little video to introduce students to it. Now let's move on to the reading selection. Okay, here's the reading selection with some graphic. If you're the student and you're at home or you're in class and working and have your earphones on, they can come in, click on this image right here, or this button. This button looks like a book with a little speaker on it. It will highlight all text, and all they have to do is click on the box, and it will take them the text and put it into Immersive Reader. As you can see, the text is moved over, and all the student has to do at this point to be read to is click on play.
Bud is a bird. He wakes up early to catch a worm. Bud is very hungry. Will is a worm. He moves around in the dirt. Will sees Bud flying in the sky.
So as you can see, it will read. I do apologize for the double voice that's coming through, because it's recording the voice and sound through the computer itself and also from my mic. Okay. Also, you will notice while it's doing this, it will gray out everything except for the word that's being read, and the rest of the words will stay in black. They're on the same line. Great feature, I think, for students. It allows them to see text in context. One thing I do also find that's really nice about this is students can come in and they can adjust the voice speed. To do that, all I have to do is click on the icon down there, move it over, and if they want to change it from a female voice to a male voice, they can also do that. Click on play.
Sky. Bud is looking for food.
And you can see how it slowed the voice down, makes it easier for the student to listen to. A few other features that are in here that students can control. They can adjust the font size up and down. They can also increase spacing, which I have that on. You can turn that off and it will bring it together this way, so whichever works better for them. They can change fonts. I would advise my students not to do that. Also, you have grammar options. This is really neat. The students can come in, they can click on it, and it will break the words down by syllables. So words that have multiple syllables will become broken down, like flying and garden. You can also have it identify nouns. So as you can see by coming through here and doing this, lots of other options open up for any lesson that you're teaching can also be incorporated in this for grammar. And you can also show the labels for them. So lots of possibilities coming in right here. And one of the last things that they have is reading preference. You can go to line focus, which puts each line into isolation, which can make it easier for students to read. So you can show them that. You can also turn on a picture dictionary so that they can come on a word, click, and it will give them a picture of what it means. Now, since that was a person's name, Will, it does show Will as in for the deceased to pass on rights. But, for younger kids, that's a great way for them to figure out and make association. And while you're in isolation, by lines, you can move through it. You can also have it break down and go multiple different ways. And turn line focusing off. Okay. Now that you've seen everything that can go on and the possibilities are coming, you're ready to create. So how do you create that page where it will do that? Well, it's pretty simple. I'm going to move on down and I'm going to add another page in on this activity. So you can see one thing I did have also here is, you have the ability to put in other activities yourself. And I created one that would carry on with that. One thing is, if you click on this here, again, any text that's there, it will read to them. So this is just, I think, a wonderful tool. I have audio commands in here that give the directions. So what we need to do now is leave this. I need to show you how to create these activities. All right, simply come up, click here in lesson. It'll return us to home. I'm going to come back, click on edit, and I'm going to add a new blank page. One thing I do want to tell you is that PDFs, notebook files, PowerPoint, and Google Slides, if you bring those in, it will not recognize the text in them because they are turned into images. It has to be true text that you have either copy and pasted or typed in. What we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste on this activity. So I'm going to come down, new page, blank, and I already have a PDF up that I want to use. I want to go capture the text on it, copy. I'm going to bring up a text box. We're going to Control V to paste. And as you can see, everything's there. I'll do some cleanup on this. I'll bold that up. I'm going to bold up the directions. And I will adjust the page. And to get the image in there to go with it, to make it identical, we're simply going to use a screen snipping tool. There are lots of different ones out there, whatever you want to use. I've got it. I'm going to right click and copy this. Close it. No, I don't want to save it, because I'm going to automatically come over here and post or paste. I will adjust size, and that's part of it. We'll lock that image down so it won't move. Adjust it just a little bit more. I am going to look and make sure the rest of this is there. Okay, anytime you have anything that doesn't come out right, just come in, bring it together, Okay. Now everything is lined up. Except one thing, and this is just a tip anytime you're working in Lumio, and this even goes back if you're working in a smart notebook, it's always good to lock everything down. That way it does not get moved around by the students. Okay, so you've got this in here. You can come back. You could, on this side, after you've done this, you could put graphics. You could put your questions over here, anything that you want to do. But right now we're just focusing on Immersive Readers. So we've got this done. We want to bring this page into alignment where it can follow up for another activity within this lesson. So we've got that there. And if we wanted to go ahead and move this to the students, all we do is click Finish Editing, and we go out. But one thing I want to talk about is this feature right here. This allows you to assign the activity, the magic wand does. This allows you to either make it an individual handout activity or a workspace. Individual activity is for each individual student. Workspace divides the classroom up into groups, so they work collaboratively. These options are presented to you when you activate the lesson. I'm going to make this a individual handout activity so that each student has their own copy. One thing you can also do at this point is if you want to give the students any directions or anything, you can come over, click on the icon of the head with the speaking waves coming from the mouth. Click on that and make a recording of what you want to give for directions. Once that's in there, you can also follow it by adding any other activities to it. One thing I will always ask everyone to look at, even though we're talking about Immersive Reader, is always remember everything you've got. You've got everything from pre-made resources right here, like shout out activities to go to, true false statement activities, entrance tickets. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab the entrance ticket because that would be great to have on a lesson like this. If you're activating prior knowledge and want to get the kids sparked, start that right there. Great way of getting them to anticipate what's coming. Now that we've got that in there, we've got that up there to make this, we've formed out a lesson. All you need to do is add, as I said, some other stuff like questions and ask them to do that. You could even come here, duplicate this page, and have the students do the same thing. Okay, now we're ready to look at this. Let's go ahead and finish editing. We'll start the activity. We will move down to the page we did. Whenever you, as a teacher, have yours up, you will be seeing student progress. You will click on that to get it started. Students will join. I'm going to go to the teacher handout so we can pretend, and you can see everything is right there just like it is for them. This is what they see and what they interact with. And it's ready to go. So you see how simple it is to build and work with this.
Chess. Directions. Read the following path.
It gives you so many options of things that students need. If you have a student, like I said earlier, a student in the IEP that needs support of being read to, this will do the reading for them. If you're virtual and you need that same thing, there you go. If you're doing a center and on a grade level with smaller children that aren't fluent readers yet, this can help them along. So many different options that you have in using this that, to me, this is a game changer tool that's been added in Lumio that makes it even better. If you have any questions and need any help, please contact myself or your building ITRT. Thank you and have a wonderful day.